Hey everyone, so I was smack dab in the middle of filming my next self-improvement series video when I got this in the mail. So I had to just throw that aside and film this video instead. I'm still gonna post a self-improvement series video as my next one, but I just had to open this. I'm so excited. It's Jazza's Jazzy art box. He partnered with Smart Art Box to create this one-time box. It's not a monthly subscription, and you know in advance what's gonna be in it because he showed what's gonna be in it. I did watch that video of his, but that was a while ago, and I haven't watched anyone else's unboxings of this because I kind of wanted to forget what was in it, so it'd be more of a surprise. I'm gonna jump straight into opening it. I don't want to flip it over because my address is on the bottom side. Da, 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 da. Oh my god. It says, put my face on your face. Okay, opening it up. Oh my god. There's a letter. Jazza did send this to me for free. I did not pay for this box, so just full disclosure. Dear Baylee, I hope you enjoy this little box of goodies. Thanks for being such a great collaborator, friend, and icon of the arty YouTube community. All the best, keep kicking ass, and hopefully I'll see you at VidCon. Ah! I will be there. I will be there. So there's a card here. It says, thank you for getting Jazza's Jazzy art box. This box, which I put together with my friends from Smart Art, is jam-packed full of my favorite art materials. Do I read it with an Australian accent? No, I'm not even gonna try. Okay. I spent over a year trying to put together the perfect box of art materials, and they're awesome quality too. So whether you're just starting out or an expert, these art supplies will serve you for years. For more details on why I love each item and how to use them, flip over to the other side of this card. I sincerely hope you find as much joy in creating art as I have, and I hope these goodies make it even more fun for you. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for your support and getting this box. It helps my channel and family out and makes me incredibly happy to be sharing my favorite things with you. Remember, share your creations on Twitter and Instagram using the hashtag #JazzyArtBox. I can't wait to see what you make. Then there's the back side, which has all the materials. Okay. A little bookmark. Is that on the list? I don't think so, but I don't want to look too hard at the list because I want it to be a surprise, even though I remember most of the things in the box. There's an adorable print here. I love scenes like this where there's just a lot to look at and you can check out what each person's doing. Yeah! Okay. Woo! So we have a set of 12 Faber Castell Polychromos pencils. These are extremely high quality. The other day I was at Dollarama and there was this $2 pack of pencil crayons and it said artist quality, and I thought, somehow I doubt that. But these are top notch. I have a small quantity of them that someone once kindly sent me, and now I have more. That is what they look like. Ooh. Next we have this zebra pencil. It says M301.5 millimeter. Cool. And there is a blue pencil, a Prismacolor Col Erase. I love these. I use these so much. These are what I use in my self-improvement series videos. That way I can add a pop of color to my sketches like this. Okay, don't look too long. Spoilers. This next item is another one of my favorites. It is the Uniball Signo white gel pen. I used to use a Sakura Jelly Roll pen, and then when I switched to the Uniball Signo, I never looked back. This is an amazing white gel pen. It's just very opaque and it comes out smoothly. And I think my current one is actually running low, so this was good timing because I'm gonna need this one soon. Next, we have some fine liners by the brand Graphics. There are 4 pens. There's 0.2 millimeter, 0.4, 0.8, and a brush tip one. That's what they look like. Cool. I've never tried this brand before, so I'm excited to give it a go. And then here we have a Tombow Pen. I can't read any of this. Looks like it's a brush pen. Let's open it up and see what it looks like. Oh. I have no idea what this is for. That's what the pen looks like. Very fancy, actually. And the nib looks like that. It's actually a very small brush nib. I like that. Then at the top here we have, oh, this is a long boy. This is a Tombow ABT N15 water-based. Looks like it's dual-ended. Oh gosh, jumbo brush nib. That's the little bullet end. Cool. Then we have a little Faber Castell eraser. I think it's more like Faber Castell. I always say Faber. I think it's Faber. It is a dust-free eraser. Then we have a set of 12 Illustrator markers by Spectrum Noir, and it's custom packaging with Jazza on it. That's so cool. So these Illustrator markers have a brush nib and super fine nib. I recently got some other Illustrator markers and I haven't tried them yet. I'm gonna see what colors I have. So these are the 3 sets I already have. One is pastel, one is tints, and one is basics. Some of these might be the same. Oh, maybe not. I might not have any duplicates. So maybe I'll use all of these together for one illustration. Looks like next we have some Xpress blending card. This is really nice cardstock. I used to use it all the time for all my Copic art. I've since switched to Hammermill. I use their 100-pound cover, and it's pretty much a dupe for the Xpress blending card, but way cheaper. This is very nice stuff though. It looks like there are a few little cards here. Yeah, there are 4 little sheets included. Okay, next there is a sketchbook in here by Hannemule. I'm gonna take it out of the plastic first because there's a lot of glare. There we go. So 90-pound paper, 80 pages, and it says natural white sketch paper with fine grain for defined pen control and delicate hatchings. Pull that off. Look at the texture on there. Yes, yes. Oh wow, yeah, that is really nice. Holy, so thick. It does say 90-pound, and I normally draw on 100-pound cardstock, so yeah, very, very nice. And then last but not least, we have a pencil case, 24 pencil capacity, canvas covered by Global Art Materials. Our pencil cases are handcrafted with a heavy, durable canvas. Global Art pencil cases provide a long-lasting solution for storing, transporting, and organizing full sets of artist pencils, zippers, snap closed for securing when traveling. Oh yeah, look at that. There's the snap. I'm about to repaint. My nails are so long right now, they need a trim. Tissue. So yeah, there we go. You got your little slots there for all your pencils and whatnot. Even this fresh, unsharpened pencil fits in there. It's really nice quality. Very soft. Yeah, cool. I'm blown away, guys. Like this is nice stuff. And like I said, I did watch his video of him unboxing this, but seeing everything in person and actually holding it, this is great quality stuff. Now, before we get into swatching everything, there is one more thing I need to do. As sad as it was to cut up the box, I knew I had to do it because I knew a lot of other people wouldn't, and you know, someone had to use the mask. And honestly, I don't really have room to keep the box anyway, even though it's so pretty. So yes, I decided to swatch all my materials in the sketchbook because I wanted to see what they would actually look like, even though it was going to be pretty easy to guess. And some of these I've used in the past. But yeah, I swatched them in the actual sketchbook because that's what I want to use for this illustration. I could use the little pieces of Xpress blending card, but I've used that in the past, and this sketchbook is something I haven't used before, so that's why I chose this. Plus the paper's a little bit bigger. I also did a test where I wrote with all the fine liners and then colored on top of them with a light colored Spectrum Noir marker, and they didn't smudge. The one graphics one looked like it smudged a little bit on the G, but I thought maybe it was my imagination. It was not my imagination, as I later learned, but we'll get to that. So I decided that the majority of the illustration would be in marker, and then I would add little extra bits and extra shading with the pencils. And then of course use the black liners to outline, and I decided on the graphics one since they are the finer point pens. I knew I wanted to sketch something featuring a young male character, and I didn't know what he would be doing, but I had the facial expression down. I thought, okay, he's gonna be shocked with his mouth open like, ah, something's happening, but I thought, well, what's happening? And some things that came into my mind were maybe he's frying eggs and it's all spilling out of the pan. Then I was like, okay, well, why would that happen? I don't know, it would be a cute illustration. And I thought maybe he's walking a dog and it's all out of control, and I do want to do that for a future drawing, but I just didn't want to do it on this small of a piece of paper because it would be a full body thing. And then I thought, oh, what if he's holding a fish and it's flopping? And the backstory is something like, okay, maybe his friend was fishing and threw a fish at him like, hey, catch, or something, you know, friends do stupid things like that. Or maybe it was his first time fishing and he didn't know how to handle the fish. Who knows? All I know is that it is his first time holding a live fish and he has no idea what he's doing. And you want to hear something stupid? I did a very rough version of this sketch as well as a couple other heads just while I was planning. And I did it in a different sketchbook because I was like, oh, this one's going so nice so far. Like I have my pretty swatches and then I'm going to do my pretty art on the next page so I can't ruin it with crappy sketches, which is so dumb because it's a sketchbook. And I guess it's just that fear of a new sketchbook, you know, you feel like, oh, everything has to be really nice in this sketchbook, but no, I could have done those sketches in this sketchbook too. As you can see, I chose the blue pencil for the sketching just because I'm used to that type of pencil. I don't typically do rough sketching with mechanical pencils. I usually just use those if I'm doing something cleaner. Like sometimes I will sketch in blue and then go on top with graphite with a mechanical pencil to clean it up. In this case, the sketch wasn't messy enough to warrant going over with graphite, plus I knew I would be doing the marker and inking stuff directly on top of the sketch. Usually I'll do the sketch on a separate piece of paper, which is why I'll go like, okay, blue, and then sometimes graphite to make it darker and more clean, and then trace it on a separate piece of paper. But I'm doing it all in one here. I chose to ink this with the size 0.4 graphics liner. Inking on this paper was a nice change from my usual cardstock because the cardstock I use is so ultra smooth that the pen kind of slips and slides everywhere. I mean, I can still control it, but it's different compared to a paper like this that has a little bit more tooth to it. It's just enough that the pen grips the paper just a little bit more, which gives you more control. There was something extra fun about this drawing, and I'm trying to pinpoint what it was. It might have been a combination of factors. It could have been just my excitement over the box. It could have been that I was doing a full color illustration inside a sketchbook, which I usually don't do. I usually use a separate sheet of paper. It could be that I was inking directly on the sketch, which is a whole other experience. Usually I like to do it separately because it's cleaner and it preserves the sketch, but it was fun doing it this way. It just felt more carefree. I guess that's what a sketchbook is meant to be. It's meant to be more carefree. Even though this is a finished colored illustration. I don't know. It just felt like less pressure. So then on to the coloring. There's a gray box in the corner of the screen because I accidentally turned my face cam on, and so I just covered it up so it's less distracting. So yes, I'm using the Spectrum Noir markers, both the ones from the Jazza set and the ones I had separately that I've never used before. And the line art did smudge. You can see it on his face by the freckles, the side of his nose, and one corner of his mouth as well. It didn't smudge at all when I erased over it, and I erased hard. And by the way, that eraser erases the col erase really well, because the col erase, yeah, it's meant to erase, but it doesn't erase that well. But with that eraser, it actually erased very well. You can still see hints of blue, but I was impressed. I did leave the line art for about 15 to 20 minutes before I went in and colored it. So it's not like it was super fresh or anything, but it still smudged. With my test, I should have done some thicker lines because from my experience, you know, one little thin line might not smudge, but if you layer it up a little bit, it is prone to smudging even if you let it sit out overnight. It's part of the reason why I stopped using the micron pens as much. I've been considering giving them another chance lately, but they're one of those pens where they don't smudge with alcohol markers until they do, just like out of nowhere on the face. There'll be a huge smudge and I'm like, oh my god. So I feel like these ones are like that. They don't smudge until they do. And the face is usually where I have a lot of thicker lines, like the nostrils, the eyes, the eyelash line is usually pretty thick in my drawings. I usually make the chin pretty thick as well, and so those are the lines that are more prone to smudging, and it's right on the face, which is oftentimes where you first look in an illustration. So if you use these graphics pens with markers, just be very careful. Try to color around the shapes instead of across them, and if you're doing something like freckles like I did, add them after you've colored the face. And what I meant by coloring around the objects is, for example, the nostrils. Instead of just scribbling across the nostrils, try to color around the line art, just right up to it. That's what I tried doing for the rest of the illustration, but the rest of it also had thinner lines for the most part, so I didn't have to worry as much about the smudging, especially with his dark shirt, because it's dark, so it can hide any smudging. So now I just want to go back to talking about the Jazza box. It is just so great. It's high quality art supplies, you know, it's not student grade stuff, or, you know, it's not Crayola, it's actual high quality artist grade stuff. It retails for $99 USD, and there's supposed to be over $150 worth of products inside of it. I didn't do the math myself. I'm too lazy for that. I trust them. I hope Jazza is super proud of what he's put together with Smart Art, because it truly is great. And I also love that it is just a one-time box, because it's one great box. It's hard to do a recurring subscription and keep it fresh and interesting every month. But something like this, it's just like a one-time purchase. You go in, you buy it, woo, it's exciting. These did sell out initially, but they are making more available until July 31st. So if you want to get your hands on one, I will have a link down below. I'm glad to hear they're doing more, because I thought, oh, now people are finally receiving the boxes. This is when he's going to get a whole bunch of promo for the boxes. So if they're sold out, it's like, oh no, lost sales. But yay, I'm glad he's making more available. I think this box also just gave me a nostalgic feeling, because when I was 10 years old, I got this box of art supplies for Christmas, and it was just jam-packed with all kinds of stuff in it, and that just fueled my art career. And I think to this day, that's still my favorite Christmas present of all time, because I was just blown away. There was so much jam-packed into this box, and it was just phenomenal. Everything from pastels to pencils to erasers, sketchbooks, all kinds of goodies. And as a 10-year-old kid, it was just mind-blowing. So as I was opening this, it was reminding me of that awesome Christmas present. I also just want to say a real quick word about the Spectrum Noir Illustrator markers, because that was my first time using those, and they were great. I really liked the brush nib, the ink is great in those markers, and yeah, overall, pretty dang nice. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, because I certainly did. I had so much fun with this one. And Jazza, I hope you're super proud of your box, because it's amazing. If you guys want to get your hands on one, again, the link is in the video description. Thank you, and I'll see you in my next video. And maybe I'll see you at VidCon, because I'll be there. I'll be walking around. All right, goodbye.